Good day. Welcome back to another episode on Pi Tips and Tricks, where we deal with the Raspbian OS on the Raspberry Pi. Today, we are going to be looking at the desktop. Now, at first, the desktop can be a little boring or a little bit too lively. I like a nice black background here. I like to have my CPU usage and my temperature of my CPU displayed at all times. I just like to know what's going on with my system. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at the desktop here. So we're just going to go and right click on the desktop, go to preferences here, and we're going to be able to choose all sorts of different things here. What I usually do though is I usually go with a no image. This to me is the cleanest out of all of them. You can definitely change this according to whatever you like. But for now I'm going to just center the image that I have selected in my pictures Raspberry Pi wallpaper folder here. And the great thing about this Raspberry Pi logo is if you decide to change your background here, it should change the logo. So you can change that however you like. I like that black background though, so I go with that one. On the bottom here, you're going to be able to show your documents, your wastebasket, and your mounted disks. If you don't want to have them visible, you can turn them off at any time and have an even cleaner desktop. But I like to have those selected, so I'm going to go ahead and select them. As far as the menu bar goes, you can position it either on the top or the bottom, and you can adjust the color of it as well. And the system, same thing, you have a lot of options that you can do for this main area. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to just click OK on that. The next thing I want to show you is the taskbar window list. So we can have it so it just shows icons. We can show tooltips, you know, all sorts of different things here. We don't have much in the taskbar window list here, but there is enough that you can play around with and be able to check them out. So you can select show tooltips, that's usually checked, but I'm gonna take that off for now. And then what we'll do is go to panel settings here, and right here, now how we adjusted that top bar, we can also do that in here. So we can now set it to the left side of the screen, the right side, the bottom, or the top. And we can set the alignment as well, center, left, whatever you choose. Change the margin or what monitor you want your taskbar there to be displayed on. So if you have a dual monitor set up on your Raspberry Pi, it's going to have the option to have it on the first monitor or the second, depending on what you want. And you can change all sorts of things here. As you can see, I'm just adjusting the height just a little bit, just so my icons are a little bit more visible there. And then appearance, you can choose whatever you want as far as appearances. This is the one that I use the most here, is the panel settings here. So for example, if I want to remove up in the top here the Bluetooth icon here, I can just go down to the Bluetooth icon here and I can remove it here. Now it will remove it from my desktop there, but if I want to ever add it again, all I have to go to is add, click on Bluetooth and add. But now I have to move it up to where it originally belonged here, so I just go something like that. As you can see, my ejector there, hide icon when no devices. So you can have that, you can play around with the settings for each device. Now this spacer here, I'm gonna move it down one, or no, up. There we go. So I could probably remove that spacer, which I'm gonna do now. There we go. Now it looks a little bit cleaner there. I probably could have dropped that spacer down below somewhere here, or in between my CPU usage and my CPU temperature. And then in the advanced tab here, there's not too much you really have to worry about that's going to actually affect your desktop there. So make sure you play around with all that stuff there. That's the first thing I do. Get your desktop to where you're happy with it and you're enjoying using it. So if you have any questions or comments or any tips and tricks that you'd like to see featured on here, post in the comments section below. Don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We have more tips and tricks coming soon. So thank you for watching, everyone. You have a wonderful day, a wonderful week, and we'll see you next time. Take care, eh?